Hi everybody, this is Joni. I am back tonight to show you the Stamp Perfect stamp positioning tool that I bought at Michael's. It retails for $24.99, so you can purchase it with your 40 or 50% off coupon. when when you have a coupon for 40 or 50% off of regular priced items, and you can get it for as low as $12.50. And I got it with a 40% off coupon, so I was really happy to get it. And it is, I'm just amazed by it. It will make you look like a pro at your card making. So I'm going to show you how it works. So first, there's this window. I already have it a little dirty. I'm going to have to clean it up when I'm all done. But there's your window, and it has, I don't know, yeah, you can see it. There's like a grid on it. And there is measurements along the side, both sides, and along, well, I guess that would be the top and bottom, and this would be the sides. So what you're going to do first is you're going to put your cards. I already made one, so I'm going to show you what I did, but I'm not really going to do it. Well, you know what? I'll show you here on a blank piece of paper. So you're going to put your magnets down, and you're going to position your stamp. Now, when you position your stamp, you'll feel the stamp. It's the rough side, the side with dimension, just as like you were stamping your pad on a piece of paper, you would face it that way down. So the flat side, like where your acrylic block, where you would put your acrylic block, that flat side is facing up. So you would find where on the piece of paper that you wanted to put this stamp. Like you could really, I'm a little slower at things, but like you could take all of your stamps and ink them up, and position them whatever way you want. Create your own design. You see what I mean? I'm just going to stamp one flower right now, but this is what you want to use if you have the layered stamps that they're selling. The layered stamps are $10 at Michael's. I haven't bought them yet because I don't want to pay $10. So I think I'm going to wait till next week and purchase, one, and then maybe one the following week, and just do it slowly so I can get, the good price that I want. So say this is where I want my stamp. I'm just going to close this window. Then I'm going to open the window. And just for this purpose, I'm going to use this is one of the Memento inks in the teardrop shape, and this is called Ladybug. It's is it a magenta, or it's in the red family, but just so you can see it really well on camera. And then you just close the window and you apply a little pressure, and there you go. Now say I didn't, and you're going to clean your stamp right away. So say it didn't stamp really great, and I mean it did stamp great, but say it didn't, you could say there was one spot that you missed when you were inking it. You could go back with your stamp pad, re-ink it, and restamp it, and it will go back to the exact same spot. With the layered stamps, Well, I'll show you them when I get them, but I want to show you what I did, and now I'm like, I want to play with it all night. I think this thing is so cool. I haven't been so excited about a craft tool in a while. So this is what I made. Now, I just picked up this stamp. So I'm putting my magnets down to hold my piece of paper into place. I was just playing. I didn't measure anything out. I just didn't measure my card, just took a piece of paper and put it down. And now I actually want to use this design as a card, except for I think it may be too big. So I'm going to do some playing around cutting this design to make it smaller, because I have a wedding shower to go to tomorrow, and I would love to use this. So what I did for this was, now, say this is a blank piece of paper. I knew that I wanted to make like a bouquet of flowers that were in a mason jar. So I took my die cut. I have the die for a mason jar. So I put my mason jar down here. I positioned my mason jar, and then I positioned everything else. I started with the flowers. You know, I just, this is a little wet right now. I don't want to put this one down. But this is one pack of flowers, by the way, just so you know, that I bought at Joann's tonight. With the 40 off, it was $1.19. Here's the leaf. Here's this leaf over here. This I think is supposed to be like a baby's breath. That's this one. This is this flower. This is that flower. So this is all I did, was I put my little mason jar down, and then I did do all of the flowers at once, because I had an idea of where I wanted to position them. But that's all I did, was the 3 flowers. I positioned them on the paper where I thought I wanted them. I inked them, and then I put them down. And then I took those off, and one by one I started adding things. I'm like, oh, this little ferny thing, that would probably look good there. And you can envision it, because you can see, you know, where it is. This thing is great. And then I just inked that and put that down, and then I took that off, and I thought, you know, and I would imagine you get faster at doing this after you've been doing it a while, but why rush? I'm enjoying myself, you know. So yeah, I put that down and I inked that, and I have all my, you got to see what's surrounding this area. I have all my inks out, laying out in front of me. And I drew the stem with, this is Art Alternatives. It's called Number Coloring Alcohol-Based Marker. So all I did was take a green marker, and I took the paint side of it, the bigger nib, and I drew the stems in. And probably a darker color would have been better, but I couldn't find one to match that exactly. But, you know, you could even go in with your markers and make it like dimensional. You could color in between, you know, this, and add a second color in. You know, there's lots you can do with it, but I mean, that's all I did, was just lay this down. You know, I cut that out ahead. I put that down, put the magnets, and I'm like, let me see where I would put these flowers to make a bouquet. And that's all I did. And it is the nicest tool, easy to work. These magnets, it does say on the directions, don't stick these magnets together. I don't know if that demagnetizes them. But it's a lovely tool. I think everybody should have it in their toolbox. And you know what? I went by Michael's. I haven't seen it in Joann's. I went by Michael's. They didn't have it. I went by Michael's again. They did have it. but it wasn't the right price for me. I wanted to get a coupon that would bring it down lower, so I waited. And then I went back and they only had 3 on the shelves. I think these things are selling out as soon as they come in. I know that there was another tool like this. I think it's called the Misty. That was hard to get your hands on. I mean, you know, it was not kept up in stock in the stores, and it was like $50. So this is the less expensive version of it, but I've seen people do comparisons of them, and I think the Misty might be a little bit bigger, but except for that, they're pretty much the same. If you have, you can use, like, I have some stamps that, let me see if I have it over here. No. Oh, here. No, I don't have it at my fingertips right now. I have some Stampin' Up! Stamps that are not mounted on the wooden block, but they're thicker. And if you have if you know what I mean, you know, they're mounted on foam already, and so, you know, you may not be able to get them in here and close that window. So I just wanted to show you what you would do in that case. This is removable. And for cleaning too, that's kind of nice. So in that case, you would just put your paper on this. And that grid is really nice too. And then you would, I wish I had my, I don't have it here, one of my Stampin' Up! Stamps, but you would mount that stamp on here like you would on your acrylic block, and you would close the window, you know, and you just wouldn't use the foam because, you know, the Stampin' Up! Stamps, they already have the foam on them. So this is really just for your very, you know, flat, I don't know, what do they call them, polymer? I don't know what they call them, but you know, those clear stamps, those clear thin stamps. And that's it, folks. That's all it is. And I mean, look at this. It's the first time I've done anything with it, and you know, I'm looking like a pro here, and I am not. I'm kind of new to the whole stamping world, so so I hope you enjoyed my video. If you found it informative and you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. If you are a subscriber, thank you for watching. And if you are not and you just stumbled across my channel, hit that subscribe button and come back and see some more fun videos. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.